Hello, everybody, and welcome to Racing America's coverage of the Snowball Derby Kickoff presented by Hooters. We're here at Pensacola Beach in Florida. I'm Alan Dietz. Glad to be here with you as we kick 55th Snowball Derby week here in the Panhandle of Florida. Racers, fans, crew members, and the like at Pensacola Beach tonight. Everything going on here. Get ready for this year's 55th annual Snowball Derby. I'm Alan Dietz. Glad to be here with you. We're going to talk to a lot of drivers here tonight and a lot of other different folks, some sponsor folks. Eddie Mercer is going to join us to talk about a great cause tonight involving DJ VanderLey, of course, runner-up in the Snowball Derby. Not quite 10 years ago, he finished second to Chase Elliott. Involved in a terrible accident about a month ago, which has left him paralyzed. To talk to you about how you can get involved to help him out, but it's all about this at the end of Sunday afternoon's race. We'll sit in the grandstands, we'll talk to the winner as we always do, and I'll tell you, it'll be a great week as we see over at Bamboo Willie's. Drew Parker will be performing tonight. And lots of folks coming in. We had a huge crowd here last year, and we got a great crowd here as well. You can be a part of the action if you're nearby, if you're watching over at Five Flags Speedway. Come out and join us here on Pensacola Beach here at the Hooters locations. See the world-famous Hooters girls, and you can also check out the calendar. All local Hooters locations have those calendars. The Hooters girls will be signing those calendars on Sunday over at Five Flags Speedway, and we hope that you can join for that. And it's just a great time to be here and see everything and see everybody. You know, I've heard it said before, but it really is true. It's kind of like a family reunion. I mean, you've got folks from New England, folks from Canada, South, the Midwest, the Northwest, a huge contingent of drivers coming from the Northwest this year as well, and everybody loves to come here and get together and see one another. But, you know, we'll get through the Green Flag Party tomorrow presented by Pepperjack Kennels, which we'll tell you more about, the qualifying draw. But whenever we get to Thursday, you'll see these get the track for the Snowball Derby and 100. They're going to be practicing, and then Friday, that's when it really gets notched up with Snowball Derby qualifying. And you know what? You see it all on Racing America. If you've not done so far, be sure to go to racingamerica.tv and order your coverage now. And don't miss a second of the action because we'll have it covered for you here on Racing America. Hey, that's enough of me talking. We want to talk to some race car drivers. When we come back, we're going to talk to the 2022 Cars Late Model Stock Champion, Carson Kvapil, as he attempts his first Snowball Derby. That'll be right after this.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
A NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. Grassroots to NASCAR. Join us at the home for racing everywhere. Racing America. It's in LA.
The annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing Racing America at racingamerica.com.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing, the number one source for professional racing worldwide. Over 20 years proves their to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
Welcome back to Racing America's coverage of the Snowball Derby kickoff party by Hooters. We're at the Hooters location on Pensacola Beach. If you're coming down for this weekend Snowball Derby, be sure to come out and check out Hooters and Pensacola Beach. Lots of stuff to do here, and a lot of great folks here with us, including the 2022 Cars Late Model Stock Champion, Carson Kvapil. And Carson, first off, congratulations. I want to get real technical about it. You're the 2021 Cars Super Late Model Champion. But your first Derby experience as a driver, I know it's so early on in this thing, but just what's the vibe like?
Yeah, for sure. I've already got a feel for it, and it's a little stressful already, just trying to figure out what I need to have. And I've only ran here once in a Super, once in an ARCA car, and it was a few years ago, so I really don't have much experience here, but I have enough to make it a little easier on me going into this Derby week. But hopefully we have a good enough car to A, make it in the show, and B, if we make it in the show, run pretty good. But I'm pretty confident the Go Fast Racing team, Michael Shelton, brought me a good piece.
I know you guys have gotten a little bit of practice in so far. Based on your limited experience here, how does the car feel, or is there really – when do you feel like you kind of know what you got?
Honestly, I'm not sure whenever I know that. We tested last Monday, this Monday, and I think we got a pretty good feel on it. We've changed a bunch of stuff. I've only worked with this type of car with this team one other time at Tri-County, and we were leading it with all but 20. So I think we have a really good car. We really got a good car for this race, and just trying to get me comfortable with it and get me comfortable with the track, and just I think we're pretty good.
When you look at this season, I think obviously the thing that stands out is the win at North Wilkesboro. Being able to yourself from that a little bit now, being a few months away, when you look back on that experience, what do you feel away from it?
To me, it was crazy. If anybody was there, they'd all kind of know what I'm saying. It's just, it was a feeling that I don't think I've never felt before, and I'm sure a lot of people have never felt before and won't feel again. Just the whole vibe there was insane. It was such a big deal. I think I finally realized how big of a deal it was whenever we were doing driver intros, and I just looked at all the fans and just everything about it. There was so many people there, so much attention on it, and half it was because of my boss Dale too. It was he put a lot of that together, which was awesome, and all of us can't thank him enough. But that race, just our car was really good, and we were able to just pace the field really. So hopefully we can bring that on to the Derby here.
What was it like at Florence?
I mean, it was interesting too. that track,
a little smaller, right?
Yeah, for sure. That track's it's weird. It's like temperatures and tires and stuff that changes so much throughout the weekend, and just trying to get a good feel for all that. And I ran there the year before, and we actually probably were going to win that race. Ty got us right at the end, just there on the last restart. But racing with Dale this year and all the other guys like that, it was a good experience. We didn't have the finish we were hoping for. I really didn't have the car that I was hoping for. We were really pretty tight at the end, but we were able to, I guess, bring home a second-place finish, so that ain't too bad.
What's the plan for 2023 right now?
Keep doing the Cars Late Model Stock stuff with Junior Motorsports. I think I got a pretty good deal going there, and just trying to keep going on that, and not really try to push myself to go higher up in the ranks just yet. Just trying to get comfortable winning and running good in the late models.
Well, I think you got a lot of good folks behind you, including Dale Earnhardt Jr. Your dad's been through this roller coaster too, and I got to think he's kind of helping you know, hey, you might want to slow it down a little bit on this ladder.
Yeah, for sure. He's been through it all, just like I'm going through right now, hopefully. So he knows what the deal is and what I need to do and what I can't do. So relying on him and Dale it's a huge help to me. Those two guys, they know what they're doing, and like I said, they've been through it. So it's awesome to have those guys behind me.
What's it like sitting this close to this trophy?
Hopefully I'm sitting closer to it someday, I guess.
Well, I can promise you one thing. If you're in victory lane afterwards, we'll be talking to you, that's for sure. Carson Kvapil attempting his first Snowball Derby. That'll be, of course, on Sunday. It'll get down to it Friday, though, with qualifying here on Racing America. When we come back, we're going to talk to Noah Gragson, the 2018 winner of the Snowball Derby. He'll be here with us when we return to the Snowball Derby kickoff party.
Hey, I'm William Byron, and you're watching Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as a selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
Get crafts, sporting goods, restaurants, and the future of NASCAR all from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
Welcome back to the Snowball Derby kickoff party from here at the Hooters in Pensacola Beach. I'm Alan Dietz, and you see some of the folks here getting ready for the 55th annual Snowball Derby, including the 2018 winner of the Snowball Derby, Noah Gragson. He said, I look nervous. I got to be honest with you. The reason I look nervous is I'm trying to keep up with all these times as to when to hit these brakes, and I get a little bit nervous about that. But other than that, I feel pretty good.
Nice.
Your name's on this. Is it on that side or on the back? I know it's not over there.
Right here. I took a picture of it earlier.
Well, I think back to when you won the Derby back in 2018, and there's so many great images, you know, to burn out. You climbing the fence, you and Miss Snowball. Some really great photographs. When you think back to that Derby and how it all shook out, what comes to mind? I mean, you had to outrun your boss at that time, Kyle Busch, to win it.
He wasn't in the field.
Wait a minute, who am I thinking of?
Ty Majeski finished second, Jeff Choquette third.
You sure he wasn't in it that year?
Positive,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Well, who was it? It was Choquette and Ty Majeski.
Second and third,
I don't know who was 4th and 5th, but.
Oh, I remember. I'm thinking about Harrison Burton, and I think
Harrison
the
had tires, and then we got the caution, and it wasn't looking like we were going to win the race, but kind of the main thing that I remember from that race or that week was just having a plan. It was my last race over at Kyle Busch Motorsports, and super cool to be able to go out on top, obviously, but we just had a plan through practice. We had a plan to go run 5 laps. And all 3 of the practices on Wednesday to start the practice and then run 45 laps, solid, straight up 45 lap run and just see where the car goes and just sticking to that. I think I was like 52nd fastest on the board or 41st or something like that in final practice. And people came up to me and they're like, hey, how is it? You're 41st, or like Matt Weaver and other guys. I'm like, no, this thing's like, it's pretty bitching right now. Like, it's pretty good. So, that kind of stakes out in my mind. And then just last race with pit stops in 2019, live pit stops where you have all the crews and everything. We did a really good job executing the race on pit road as well. So, I wasn't the fastest on track that day, but, just the kind of fell the right way, and we made good positions up on the pit stops and executed when we needed to.
How do you balance out, you talk about where you were on the time sheets, race pace, and where you want to be up front at the end of 300 laps, but then trying to have speed on Friday night to get locked into that top 30?
Yeah, qualifying, it's definitely probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've been a part of, throughout racing, my whole racing career. It's just one of those things that there's so much pressure, but I love it. I love that feeling of, hey, you got 2 laps, like, go get it done, or you're going to be racing the B main. And, we won in 2018. The next time I came back here was 2020, and we missed the race. So this race owes you nothing. It's the biggest race in short track racing. Probably the hardest race to get into the country in any form of motorsports, in my opinion. And you have, 50, 55, 60 badass dudes that come down for this weekend.
What do you feel like when you look at the Xfinity Series this year was the biggest difference for you from 2021 to 22, getting all the wins that you got this year? You've had to have learned so much from Dale Jr., and now you get this opportunity to go to Petty GMS, and Jimmy Johnson's all of a sudden a part of that deal. I mean, you got to feel really blessed. Yeah, no, definitely extremely grateful, extremely thankful. There's been a lot of people throughout my racing career who have, been there every step of the way, and, I couldn't do it without any of them. It takes every single person, to have this opportunity like we will next year with Petty GMS and Maury Gallagher, Mike Beam, the Petty family, and now Jimmy Johnson's coming over as a team owner. It's really special. I texted Jimmy yesterday. I said, Eric and I are coming down to run the Derby. You got to come down and run it next year with us. So he said maybe he's more focused on the business side of things right now and getting things running. But it'd be super to be down at the Derby. Oh my God! I mean, you think about it. I mean, Elio Castroneves in the SRX race, he was not the first guy to climb the fence. You were the first guy to climb the fence, and then you get a guy like Jimmy Johnson potentially coming. What are the nerves like for you going into 2023? I mean, what would be a good season for you next year in the Cup Series? Really, my only goal, realistically, being just straight up, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard. And there's going to be challenges. There's going to be adversity. But, my goals going into the season is, hey, let's finish every lap. Let's finish on the lead lap every single race. Let's finish every race. And let's just be realistic about this thing. It's going to take time to learn and, have enough pit stops under my belt. Get to know the next-gen car. That's been kind of the biggest challenge, in my opinion, that I've felt throughout this year. I ran a part-time schedule in Cup. But luckily I have great teammates like Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson to lean on, and then a great team with not only the 42 team, but also the 43 team led by my old crew chief, Dave Ellens. So, with that being said, it's a great opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it, and
right now, if I can be, have some lap sled, I'll be happy. And races where we finish on the lead lap. That's the main goal.
Well, people love how real you are. I know you're going to have a lot of folks pulling for you next year and a lot of folks pulling for you on Sunday. Really appreciate you joining us.
Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's the 2018 winner, Noah Gragson. From a winner, we're going to go to a guy trying to make his first Snowball Derby. That is Connor Jones. He'll be with us when we return.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
It's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
We've not had anything like that before. The guys that run with me are coming to run, and we are all very thankful for that.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety and the exclusive importer for Schroth belts and Schubert helmets. When risk is around every corner, let our experts help you select the best harness belts, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. Don't make safety an afterthought. We have 25 years of experience of educating our customers on all aspects of driver safety and providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sport cars. Visit our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts. Or check us out online at hmsmotorsport.com to learn the details of our products and, of course, order online.
Glad to have you joining us here on Racing America, the world-famous Hooters girls here at the Hooters on Pensacola Beach, Florida. As we get set for the 55th annual Snowball Derby, I'm Alan Dietz, glad to be here with you. As I said, going from one end of the spectrum, a guy who's won the Snowball Derby and Noah Gragson, to a young man trying to make his first Snowball Derby, and that is Connor Jones. And Connor, what's this like for you? I mean, just what you've seen so far.
Yeah, I ran the Snowflake last year, and obviously, we had some right front tire issues in the last chance race, not making us able to, make the race. And this year, we're pulling off double duty, and hopefully we can, we'll have a chance of winning both. But I think the main focus right now is just to make the Snowball. I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about the Snowflake, but I think the Snowball is gonna be definitely quite the task to make the show.
Do you feel like it's helpful having that Snowflake experience just to get over maybe the initial shock of being here?
Yeah, 100%. Last year it was quite a surprise at how many cars, I've never expected that many cars to show up at a track before. Martinsville's the biggest race I've ever ran. I've never made that, and I went there twice. But Martinsville's definitely the biggest event I've been to, and this just tops it by a mile, honestly.
Now, of course, we'll have the Pepperjack Kennels Green Flag Party tomorrow, along with our friends with the Tool Shack, supporters of you and this new venture of sorts with Derek Thorne. Derek was going to be here. He's a little bit hoarse, so he wanted to let his voice come back before everything that goes on here tomorrow. But what's that like being with a guy who, you could make the argument that over the last decade, he's been the best pavement super late model driver in the country, and now he's a mentor of sorts for you.
Yeah, 100%. And, it's really a lot because he helps me a ton with situational awareness and, line and
really how to get around the track, what you want the car to feel like, and overall, he's just a great guy to work with. You know, he's a ton of experience. You know, he's teaching me day by day on how to work on these cars and how to get them really better.
You come from the late model stock world, as you mentioned, Martinsville. What was it about super late models? Because you don't see a lot of super late models there in that part of the country. What do you feel like it is about super late models that will take you to that next level that you want to be?
You know, I feel like in supers you get a lot more recognition. Say you finish top 5, it's like winning a race in the late model stock world. You know, I think overall more NASCAR teams look at super late models than they do late model stocks half the time. You know, obviously they look at a lot of dirt cars too. I would really like to go run a dirt race, but you know, we just don't know anybody in the dirt world, so it'd be really hard to get into that.
What at the end of the day, I mean, everybody wants this trophy. What at the end of the day would be a successful week for you here?
Honestly, just making the show in the Snowball and the Snowflake. You know, just making the show, and then obviously in the Snowflake, I expect a top 5, top 10 finish, and the Snowball, I just hope to make show. That's a big deal for me.
Well, I think this is a name you're going to hear a lot about in 2023. Connor Jones, as he looks to pull double duty this weekend in the Snowflake and in the Snowball Derby. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, whenever we come back, another young man trying to do the same thing. Florida's Michael Hine. He'll join us here at Hooters when we return.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America and racingamerica.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
Back at the Snowball Derby kickoff party here from the Hooters at Pensacola Beach, Florida. Racers, fans, drivers, sponsors, everybody here tonight as we get ready for a busy week here in Pensacola for the 55th Annual Snowball Derby. Looking through it, of course, we have the Pepperjack Kennels Green Flag Party, the qualifying draw tomorrow at 6:45 Eastern Time. Thursday, bull ring at the Hooters Big Tent with Jess Ballard at 6 p.m., followed by Pro Truck, Sportsman, and Pure Stock. Then we'll have Snowball Derby and Snowflake practice 2 p.m. Eastern Time Friday, followed by the ever nerve-wracking Snowball Derby qualifying session. And then, of course, Saturday, the Snowball Derby Last Chance race, Allen Turner Snowflake 100, and Sunday, the 55th Annual Snowball Derby. And a driver that would like to be in victory lane at the end of both of those races is Michael Hine. First off, Michael, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you having me. Yeah, like you said, that'd be a dream come true winning both of those races. So we're going to try our best to.
Well, so this year I would say you concentrated at least as much on super late model racing as you did on pro late models. What was that like? I mean, is it hard going back and forth? Do you feel like one makes you better? Or how does that all work?
So it's definitely hard going back and forth between them. I kind of lack seat time, so we've been trying to run both cars and just get as much seat time as I can to catch up for the lack of. And running both of them has definitely been hard to do. We had a lot of good luck earlier in the year in the pro late model. Won the race at Cordele and then won Speed Week at New Smyrna. Just haven't quite got back to that point, but we're hoping this weekend will change that.
Okay, so when we're calling these races, I try to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I hope I do know what I'm talking about. So when we talk about momentum with the pro late models versus the super late models, are we on point that keeping that momentum up, maybe not keeping it quite as tight down on the bottom, is more important with the pro late model than the super?
Yes and no. Like at Five Flag Speedway, the bottom is the preferred groove no matter
Even
what
with the
you're
pro.
in. Yep. Other tracks is a little different. When you're on the bottom, you're kind of scrubbing off speed, but Five Flags, I'd say you definitely want to be on the bottom.
Now, is it fair to say, though, when you're trying to pass somebody, it's harder with the pro because even if the preferred groove is down on the bottom, if you can't let that car free up off the corner, there's a good chance that guy on the outside can pull you down the straightaway.
Definitely. You know, it's a lot harder to pass in a pro for sure. You got to really be on your game. In the super, you know, you got that motor to make up for it, but the pros are always so close. It's definitely really hard to pass.
What to you is the harder car to drive? I mean, I've heard people say that the super in some ways is actually easier.
I'm starting to catch on to the super. I really struggled with it at first. My driving style was more of a hustle in the car type driving style, and you can do that a lot more with the pro, and it's more forgiving. The super is more finesse for sure, but I'm starting to catch on to that, and it's really getting a lot easier in the super to do that.
And now, if I remember correctly, before you drove a super or a pro late model, you came out of a four-cylinder and had a lot of success in that four-cylinder.
Yes, sir. I only ran it for about a year, but we won a lot of big races, and cars are really similar to the pro. You want to keep your momentum up, and I feel like that's why I caught on to the pro so quick, and it's been harder to catch on to the super. Like I said, we're finally getting there.
What's it been like? I know you've had Stephen Nassy to kind of mentor you over the last couple of years, and at least from my perspective, I think that role has kind of helped him grow a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. When you were able to bounce ideas off of two drivers and have two drivers versus one try to figure out what we need to do to the cars, it really helped versus having one. It only gives you half the time to make the adjustments you need. So if you got two people bouncing ideas off of each other, it really helps.
Do you feel like at the end of practice Thursday afternoon, you have to be happy with the car and where you want it to be to get a good qualifying run on Friday, or can you still figure it out through those practices on Friday?
I believe you still can figure it out on Friday. It's definitely not ideal to do that, but it is possible. But I definitely like to be able to have it figured out on Thursday for sure.
How cool is it to have Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, Noah Gragson going up to the Cup Series, William Byron? I mean, there's more Cup participation this year than I've seen in years.
I think it's awesome. You know, these guys that are up in these higher ranks stepping down, they got everything to lose. If they don't win, it's kind of a big deal. But if somebody like me or anybody else beats them, it's a really big deal for us. So I think it's cool that they're doing that and bringing fans into short track racing. I think it's an awesome deal.
Well, we get to see you just about every week here on Racing America based on the schedule you run. Next year, supers, pros, about the same?
A little bit of both, yeah. Just going to try to run as much as we can and still get some more seat time and hopefully get some big wins.
Well, good luck, man. We'd love to be talking to you at the end of the day Sunday.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you.
All right, that's Michael Hine. Whenever we come back, we're going to go from a Florida driver to north of the border and a driver from Canada, Alex Guenette. He'll join us when we come back.
Hi, I'm Eric Jones, and you're watching Racing America.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety and the exclusive importer for Schroth belts and Schubert helmets. When risk is around every corner, let our experts help you select the best harness belts, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. Don't make safety an afterthought. We have 25 years of experience of educating our customers on all aspects of driver safety and providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sport cars. Visit our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts. Or check us out online at hmsmotorsport.com to learn the details of our products and, of course, order online.
Welcome back to the Snowball Derby kickoff party here from the Hooters in Pensacola Beach. Of course, we're on Racing America Facebook here tonight. But if you'd like to continue watching great coverage here from Pensacola, be sure to go to racingamerica.com. If you've not ordered your coverage now, you get all access coverage and get to see all the on-track activity starting on Thursday. One of the guys that we'll be able to see on track, making the trip down from the Great White North. That's Alex Guenette. And Alex, first off, thanks for joining us tonight. This has got to be a little bit of a culture shock coming down from Canada.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to be in the warm, starting to get cold back home. So always a good time coming in Florida this time of year. But, yeah, just enjoying the time here.
Now, you were telling me you tried to make the race a few years ago. This year, you come in, you're running for Rhett Jones. You got Noah Gragson to kind of bounce things off of. You got to feel a lot better about the opportunity you have this year.
Yeah, for sure. About, I think, 7-8 years ago, we tried to run the race. We had a car failure right before qualifying and didn't have time to fix it, so we couldn't get in the race. But this should be a good one this year. You know, like you said, I'm working with Reddy and all those guys with a ton of experience, and they got great cars going, man. The car's great, and Noah's been awesome also to work with. We've been kicking it off. He's really good, and it's nice to have a guy with that experience around me, you know, bouncing ideas off each other.
Up in Canadian racing circles, how well known is the Snowball Derby?
Oh, it's well known for sure. A lot of, you know, everybody is around me. Everybody knows about it.
It's Ontario, right?
I'm from Quebec, so
Okay.
I'm from the French part. Yeah, just about around Montreal. But yeah, all the late model guys, they all know what the Snowball Derby is. They know this is the real deal out here.
Speaking of that scene in Canada, you know, the Maritimes have always had a pretty strong pro stock scene. I think the APC series is doing well in Ontario, and finally the American Canadian Tour able to get back to Quebec this year. How is it in Quebec? I mean, I love Montmagny and Chaudière.
Yeah, I love those tracks too. Been there quite a few times. Yeah, the ACT, the tour is a really good series. The APC, I didn't have a chance to run in those in that series yet, but it's they got a lot of cars going. It's looking healthy.
Yeah, you know, people for obvious reasons talk to me about my accent, and yours is not nearly like LeGrand LaPearl, or I don't know who that announcer is, Quebec, but that guy's great. He announces in English and in French whenever he does the races for us. I met him at Oxford. Yours not as strong.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I went to English school, and just hanging around with the guys all week. The accent kind of goes away. If I spend too much time down here, it'll go completely away.
Yeah, I used to tell people, they'd say, "Man, you got a strong accent." I said, "You should have heard it before I moved to Charlotte," which is a joke because it's just as bad as it, or as good as it ever was, depending on how you look at it. What are you looking at doing next year?
I'm running I just signed a 2-year deal with Ed Huck Racing in Canada in the Pinty series we got going down there. It's a nice series, competitive. And, I'll be running hopefully some late model stuff also. The guys are actually coming down from EHR. I got a couple of guys coming down. They're friends with Mark and the whole team, so they're going to come down and give a hand, and it'll be nice to work. I haven't worked with them yet, so it'll be really cool to have them down here and get the chemistry going and be ready for next year.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the Pinty series because they do it right, too. Good luck this weekend. I hope you can make the Snowflake, and I got a feeling if you do, you're going to run really well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All righty. There's Quebec's Alex Guenette joining us. When we come back, we're going to talk to the man who is responsible for everything going on here. That is Tim Bryant with Five Flags Speedway. He'll be here when we return.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America and racingamerica.com.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shop for everything racing.
Hey, we're here at the Snowball Derby kickoff party on Racing America from the Hooters in Pensacola Beach, Florida. Being joined by some of our closest friends from all over the country. And we're glad that you're joining us here on Racing America. Hope you can do the same on racingamerica.com and watch all the great racing action here this weekend and see this young lady sitting next to me, the newly crowned Miss Snowball Derby, Kaylee Jordan. And Kaylee, congratulations on that great honor, because I'll tell you, we've seen queens throughout the years, and when their reign is a year in and it ends, to me it's almost sad because we get so used to seeing you ladies here at the Snowball Derby and at Five Flags throughout the year.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to start this. I was talking to Madison Bragg, and she was telling me how much she enjoyed this, so I'm really excited to get this journey going, and I'm really sad to even think about it closing because I just started it.
Oh, well, you got a long – you might be ready for it, too, with all the work you're going to have to do. it's funny. I look out in the audience, and I'm hoping we'll be able to get her on here in a little bit. My co-host on the bull ring, Jess Ballard, who was in the Miss Snowball pageant a few years ago. I think she was the first runner-up. And we were actually texting during the Miss Snowball pageant about who I thought would be in the top 5. And I had, I think, 4 to top 5. And you were one of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. So what is your, I know you come from Alabama. What is your background as far as motorsports goes? How much do you know about it? Is it something ingrained, or is it something you're hoping to learn more about this year?
It's something that's kind of ingrained in me. My dad races Chopper Stagner. He was racing Sportsman's, and he started racing a few other kinds, and now he decided that he was going to start racing the Outlaws. Well, I was really excited for Saturday because he was going to race, but a few technical difficulties pushed us back. He's not going to be able to race, but he will be racing in somebody else's truck on Thursday night. So growing up around him and like being able to work side by side with him and his team has like really been the push for me to do this. And he was going to come out of retirement since he hasn't raced the Snowball Derby since he won in 2014. So whenever he would decide he was going to do it, I was like, you know what, that'd be a real good experience if I could pull out a win in the Miss Snowball pageant.
Well, I'll tell you, it was there were a lot of beautiful girls in that pageant this year, and I think any number of them could have won. And to be able to get that honor, what do you look forward to here over the next year? I mean, what has Madison been able to tell you to kind of what to expect?
She hasn't told me much about what to expect, but growing up around the racetrack, I kind of know how things work, especially around Mobile, and we raced here a few times, so I'm just kind of excited to see something that I really like and that I really enjoy, and watching somebody that's as close to me as my dad, watching him race, I'm excited to see all of that from a different point of view.
Now, had you been in pageants before? Was this something new to you?
I haven't really been in pageants like since I was little, but I think most girls can be in pageants when they're little. So this is like a really big like spur of the moment thing for me. I actually decided the night before, I submitted my paperwork at 7:40 Thursday night to do this pageant.
Oh, wow. Well, I know all the girls that were in it really hate to hear that. Maybe wish you'd have waited a little bit longer. You're going to be very busy. Make sure you've got comfortable shoes on here the next couple of days. My sister was in pageants, so I know. Make sure you got plenty of Vaseline on your teeth and everything, because you're going to be smiling a lot. But I think you're not going to be straining, because you're going to really enjoy what you're doing.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
All right, that's Kaylee Jordan, the new Miss Snowball Derby. Now, you might be asking, didn't you say Tim Bryant was going to join us? Well, I did forget to leave out. He actually isn't here yet. I'm sure he's still at the racetrack, but we're going to get him on here in just a little bit. So we jumped ahead on our schedule just a little bit to get you on. I appreciate you doing that.
All right, of course. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. When we come back, we're going to talk to Colton Wright. He is part of the Tool Shack. They're on board with Derek Thorne and Connor Jones this weekend. We'll talk to him when we come back.
You're watching Racing America.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
Get crafts, sporting goods, restaurants, and the future of NASCAR all from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
There he is, Mr. Snowball. Of course, we saw Miss Snowball Derby. Don't get those confused. Mr. Snowball quite a bit different than Miss Snowball, Kaylee Jordan, but we're always glad to see Snowball. I don't know if he's ever been called Mr. Snowball before, but maybe we're starting something new here. I'm Alan Dietz, glad to be here with you. I hope you can be here with us in Pensacola Beach or over at Five Flags Speedway as part of this year's Snowball Derby. And if not, we hope that you can watch you on Racing America because you're still being a part of it, just like our friends with the Tool Shack are. Colton Wright joining us with the Tool Shack. And, you know, we always love talking about the sponsors, talking to the sponsors, especially whenever they reach out to us and want to be on the show. That makes it even better. So, Colton, tell me a little bit first off about what the Tool Shack is.
Well, we're a power equipment dealer. So we sell everything from Echo and Steel chainsaws and string trimmers all the way up to Hustler, Gravely lawnmowers, and Wacker Neuson construction equipment and Coyote tractors.
And you said on a distributor or?
We're a dealer. We're an authorized dealer. We have two locations, one in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and one down the road in Pensacola and West Pensacola. And so we sell them. So we're a dealer. We also rent them to customers, and then we also service equipment. So we repair equipment for customers.
Now, I know Marty and Misty and the folks from Pepper Jack Kennels are the ones that told me about the Tool Shack, and I know you guys are involved with Derek Thorne and with Connor Jones' effort this weekend in both the Snowflake and the Snowball Derby. How does that relationship all kind of transpire? Because they're quite different businesses.
Yes and no. So if you think about it, the kind of person that buys a tractor, right, buys a 40 horsepower tractor, and typically that customer, even if they live in a relatively metropolitan area like this, if they're looking to go hunting, they're oftentimes going to buy a tractor to take care of their food plots and that kind of thing. So the same people that are going to have a retriever dog, right, is a hunter.
Right.
So at first glance, it seems like it's kind of an odd mix, but it's actually, we have the same customer base.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about that. I hope you can open up a Tool Shack in coastal South Carolina, because that would, and cut me a deal on, a tractor to work on food plots, because I like to deer hunt.
Well, we could always deliver one to you, so we could probably figure something out. But I'll tell you, the relationship we have with Marty and Misty Mello at Pepper Jack Kennels has been fantastic. But it just happened kind of very organically, kind of all happened last, really, January, post-Snowball last year. And, we've been watching Derek Thorne for a number of years. Got introduced to Connor recently. He's an up-and-coming young driver that is definitely a hot shoe. But, we just kind of hit it off, realized that we had the same passion for racing, and really, being a local guy here in Pensacola, Florida, when I was a kid, I grew up watching the races at Five Flags Speedway on Friday nights, watching Eddie Mercer and Wayne Niedecken Jr. racing out there.
You're throwing out your racing cred now,
man,
for sure.
But, I was a young kid falling asleep in the stands. That's back before they had a wall around the backside. The cars would end up off in the trees, and they'd be digging them out for 2 hours, right?
Yeah. Now you can help them dig them out, but they're going to be in a lot of trouble if they're out there now.
If they make it outside the fence, we got big issues. But, it's just one of those things. I love Five Flags Speedway. I love the Bryant family. They do a great job. And, we just want to give back to Pensacola, get back to Five Flags Speedway, and just be a part of it. We're just fired up. We're fired up about Snowball Derby.
Well, I tell you what, I've really enjoyed learning more about the company. I hope we get to see a lot of you guys in 2023, and I appreciate your involvement this year.
We appreciate it. Yeah, it's certainly in our plan to be involved to whatever extent everybody else will let us. So, we're here, and we're just fired about the Snowball Derby. It's going to be exciting.
All right, Colton right in the post with the tool shack. Be sure to check them out. We'll have more from here at the Hooters of Pensacola Beach. Be joined by another driver when we return. Thanks for
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety and the exclusive importer for Schroth belts and Schubert helmets. When risk is around every corner, let our experts help you select the best harness belts, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. Don't make safety an afterthought. We have 25 years of experience of educating our customers on all aspects of driver safety and providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sport cars. Visit our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts. Or check us out online at hmsmotorsport.com to learn the details of our products and, of course, order online.
Welcome back. As you see, Bamboo Willie's, which joins the Hooters here in Pensacola Beach, Florida. Drew Parker, a performance tonight here for all the folks joining us. We got a big crowd here. You know, from some of the shots inside, it might not look as crowded as it did last year. Last year, it was freezing outside. This year, it's a lot warmer, and one of the guys who's actually sitting outside is this year's Allen Turner Pro Late Model champion, Dylan Fetcho. I'm glad to have Dylan joining us. And first off, you know, we talk about the sponsors and Hooters and Pepper Jack and the Tool Shack. Allen Turner, I mean, Allen Turner Hyundai, they have been involved at this racetrack for so long. You go out there this year and I think maybe surprised some people going out there and winning that championship. Was it a surprise for you to win the Pro Late Model Championship here this year, or did you feel like you guys were in a position where you could?
Here for a while now. Yeah, we've always loved coming here and racing. We've never had some luck on our side, as I say. We've always had always something like happens to us every year or something like that. So yeah, this year we were really consistent. Had a really good few top three finishes, a few second place finishes, and ended up getting the points.
You know, we're going to have not next week. We're going to have our bull ring wrap-up from the Snowball Derby next Tuesday. The week after, so in about 2 weeks, we're going to have our Racing America Short Track Awards, and one of the drivers will be Breakout Driver. I would say that you're right there, because maybe going into this year, people kind of looked at you as a Nashville driver, but you go out there and win the Baby Rattler at South Alabama. You win this championship. I mean, I think you pretty much shattered that perception as a one-track guy.
Yeah, I guess I'd say we had a solid year out of town and in our local track also. So, yeah, we have a lot of fun traveling, and we ran Speed Fest, we ran the Rattler, like you said. We had a lot of really good finishes at out-of-town places. So, hopefully we can finish it off right at the Snowball.
Well, no doubt you also like to make it exciting. It was tight for this Allen Turner Pro Late Model Championship. It went right down to the last race. And at Nashville, same thing, All-American 400 weekend. and you had to come from behind again. I think the year you won it a couple of years ago at Nashville, you were behind going into that final race.
Yep.
Does that make it easier in a way because you're like, all right, I know I got to go out there and just outrun this guy?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say it would be easier, but it kind of takes the pressure off you because you know you're already kind of behind, and I don't know. I kind of take the pressure as a plus on my side. I kind of like being under pressure in situations. So, yeah, like you said, the first year I won the championship, 2020, we were back from Cole Williams a little bit going into the last race, and same with this last year with Hunter.
So you make your super late model debut this year at the All-American. You've had this success in the pro late model. You're obviously associated with the right people, with Willie Allen and War Shocks. Do we see you in more super late model races in 2023?
As of right now, no. There's nothing in the works, but I have a lot of fun super racing, and like you said, I haven't ran many races in a super, so when I get the opportunity, I try to do my best, and we definitely don't take it for granted.
Well, let me tell you, if you got a pavement super late model, there's a lot of good race car drivers down here this weekend, and this is one of them who I think would do a very good job in a super late model. Good luck this weekend, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. Appreciate having me on here.
All right, that's Dylan Fetcho joining us. When we come back, we're going to talk to a young lady. We'll be trying to make another Snowflake 100. That is JoJo Wilkinson.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
Can you believe it?
Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanted to make that first lap.
Go!
It's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
We've not had anything like that before. The guys that run with me are coming to run, and we are all very thankful for that.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Well, there's a good look at the Hooters here in Pensacola Beach, Florida, side of tonight's Snowball Derby kickoff party, where we get ready for everything about to go on at Five Flags Speedway this weekend. You see Zach Evans walking around down there. That's always exciting. And you know what else is exciting? When our friend Misty Mello joins us from Pepperjack Kennels. And Misty, just for you JoJo Wilkinson fans, she's standing right there. She'll be on next. We just swap things around a little bit. But, Misty, looks like you're having a good time here tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, tell me what it first off, for the folks that don't know, of course, we know here in Racing America circles, but tell everybody what Pepperjack Kennels is and about your locations around the country.
We travel all over the United States. We spend 3 months in California, Texas, And then our home base is in Wisconsin, but we go to the East Coast sometimes too. So yeah, we travel all over.
And mainly Labrador Retriever training, correct?
That's correct.
Could you train a coonhound / beagle?
No.
Yeah. Well, at least you're honest. I haven't been able to either. Hello, Chopper. You're watching at home. You guys have really, really gotten involved here over the last year. I think back to last year's Snowball Derby, and we had seen Pepperjack Kennels on Derek Thorne's car and stuff. But after the Derby last year, you guys really stepped up your involvement here at Five Flags, at Slinger for the Slinger Nationals, the All-American 400. What has it been about particularly short track racing that made you want to get involved with it like you have?
Well, we really like to have fun. We enjoy the racing and the short track racing, and Derek and now Connor and a couple others. We enjoy having a good time.
Well, and the other thing that has really interested me is, I know at Slinger, let me make sure I get this correct, El Bandito Yankee Tequila was involved. We got the Tool Shack. I mean, you guys are incorporating sponsors working together from, different avenues.
Yeah. My husband really enjoys getting, sponsors together and support short track racing and these younger drivers and talented drivers that deserve it.
Is it a good chance just for him to have a party, or?
I think so, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, who have we brought this weekend? Of course, tomorrow we're going to have the Pepperjack Kennels Green Flag Party here on Racing America, where we'll have the qualifying draw. Our friend Adam Mackey will be here with us for that, and Jess Ballard as well. That'll be at 6:45 Eastern time. Who is our furry friend this week? Have we got one or multiple?
I think I'm going to have Mandy coming with me, and we're getting ready to have a litter with her, and just she's a really high quality lab, and and fun to hang out with and be with, and so I'll probably have her with us.
Now, who was with us last year that you were dancing with in the commercial?
That was Gage. That's actually her brother. So they're kind of the same. They're both our dogs, and we do a lot of breeding too. So they're just really easygoing and fun to be around and good with the crowd and the group of people.
Do we think Mandy can dance now, or is she a little too far along?
No, she can dance too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking for that tomorrow, and I'm going to make sure that whether it's Zach or whoever it is walking around with that camera finds you dancing with the dog.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, Misty, we really appreciate Pepperjack Kennels and everything that you guys do. We have loved this partnership with Racing America, and more importantly, appreciate what you're doing for these racetracks and for these teams.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you to Racing America for kicking us off right and bringing in that great artist and, starting the fun.
Yeah, we got Drew Parker tonight, and then you guys are
VanderLey's on Wednesday.
And then Saturday or Sunday,
Leah Marlene.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you, if Misty likes your music, there's a good chance you're going to end up being at a short track somewhere around the country, right?
That's right. All
right. Well, we appreciate Misty and all the folks with Pepperjack Kennels. I promise you, this time, when we come back, we're going to be joined by JoJo Wilkinson.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America at racingamerica.com.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
Glad to have you back here with us. Hey, that's Mark Keeler and Mel Straley. Mark's going to hit those knobs really quick now. Mel's shaking her head. They really hate this. You could go ahead and bring it back to me here at the Snowball Derby kickoff party at the Hooters at Pensacola Beach. As we promised, JoJo Wilkinson joining us now. And JoJo, I'm glad to have you here with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, best finish of 9th back in 2018 in the Snowflake. What does it take to get that finish and to get you back in the top 10 this year, you think?
Well, honestly, I think to even make it would be qualifying. Last year, we struggled really hard. We were super good in practice all week with top 5s and top 10s in practice, and we had something just go wrong in qualifying, and that was the first year I'd never made it. So this year I'm just looking forward to trying to make the race and just put that in my head that there's a lot of other good teams and good drivers here to try to make this race.
Well, I know last year you had the state championships. You had to get back to cheerlead that on Friday. Yes. And then come back to try to make the Snowflake. We don't have to worry about this year because you're a freshman at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Mm-hmm. What's that been like?
It's fun, but once you get there, you realize, something might not be for you. I love racing with my whole heart, and I just feel like college might not be the route for me. But I'm going to stick with it and just try the best that I can. But, it's fun. These are the days that you'll never get back.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, and I tell my kids this, trade schools, not that would be the direction you want to go in either. Carpenters, plumbers. You're right. College isn't for everybody, and get out there and get those jobs that are still going to be around 100 years from now. But I'll tell you one thing that we need to work on. I'm going to advocate for you a little bit. Tom Roberts with the Kawicki Driver Development Program. Mm-hmm. He's been right there in Tuscaloosa there for those home games this year with you. We could get that hooked up and maybe get you in the KDDP.
Yes, I would love that. Racing takes a lot of money, and I come from a family that has little to none. So I work as hard as I can to try to figure out how I'm getting to the next race. But we seem to make it work.
When you look back at 2022, trying to balance everything as you go into 23, you're going to have a semester or two under your belt now. What do you feel like you guys want to try and focus on? I know you ran to Show Me the Money at Montgomery a lot, ran down here at Five Flags and at Nashville. Is there the same path in 23, or have you got something you're looking at a little different?
I think it'll be around the same path, but, if you get a sponsorship and try to get a little bit more money, I feel like maybe we can make some ARCA starts, but I'm trying the best I can with what I've got, and I feel like we're doing a really good job with it. But 2022, it was one of the roughest seasons I've ever had, and it's put a whole different mindset on me. So I'm just excited for 2023, and whatever opportunities come my way, I'm just going to take it and run with it because I'm very thankful for everything that's been going on with me in 2022.
What is the mindset? I mean, when you go through a tough year like that, does it – I know it's got to be discouraging, but in a way I got to think that it makes you stronger.
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, we knew what that we would be with the Jet team, and shout out to them. They helped me a lot. But I think as a driver, you need to be hands-on, and you need to know what car they're bringing to the racetrack. So with me driving with Jet, I wasn't in the shop. I wasn't helping with the car, so I didn't know what we were coming to the track with.
Which there was a distance factor there.
Yes.
A big factor for
yes. But I don't know. I feel like drivers need to know what's going on, and I was kind of out of the loop with most part of that. And I like being hands-on because I feel like I learn better that way. But I'm just going with a completely different mindset, and like I was 2 years ago after my wreck.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what 2023 holds for you. I appreciate you joining us tonight. You were the first one that reached out to be on the show. And frankly, if you're watching, it makes my job a lot easier. So thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
And good luck, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, JoJo Wilkinson, you'll see her as she tries to make Snowflake 100. I'm not going to say who's going to be on when we come back because I don't know. So stick around. You'll find out along with me.
Hey, I'm Austin Dillon, and you're watching Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
Get crafts, sporting goods, restaurants, and the future of NASCAR all from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
Welcome back to Racing America's coverage of the Snowball Derby kickoff party from the Hooters here in Pensacola Beach, Florida. Alan Dietz, glad to be joining you here tonight. Beginning of a big week of coverage here on Racing America. And as I said, I didn't know who was going to join us next, but luckily it was the guy that I was hoping it would be, and that's the 2005 Snowball Derby winner, Eddie Mercer. Fast Eddie Mercer. And Eddie, that still got the sound pretty good to it. 2005 winner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I was thinking the Fast Eddie because Bob Harmon gave me that moniker, but I'm so pleased to win that race for Pensacola and the fans and myself and my team. We raced 17 tries to do it. And
I look back on one of the old videos that we've been showcasing your dad.
Yep, my dad. My dad was an invalid. He had been down for about 4 years, and he hadn't been out of the house. And when I won the Snowball Derby, one of the local deputies went and got him and police escorted them to the racetrack, and he came for that celebration. Wow. And it was a long celebration.
Yeah, well, it was a long time coming, and you earned it. But a different cause that we're looking at. Another one of the snippets that we've seen on our Snowball Derby look-backs is Chase Elliott's first win in the Snowball Derby, and you see a black number 4 all over the back of Chase Elliott, and that was DJ VanderLey. And unfortunately, DJ just had a horrific accident about a month or so ago, and he's been struggling. And you, along with a lot of other folks, have created an initiative to kind of help him and his family out. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's like you said. I think September the 22nd, DJ was racing at Texas Motor Speedway. He was in the micro sprint, and it was a Chris Bell Micromania race. So Chris Bell was putting it on. Chris is a big avid with the micro sprints, and so DJ, he and another car touched tires, and he flipped out of the park, and he landed on his cage really hard, and he crushed 3 vertebrae. And right now he's at Shepherd's Rehab in Atlanta, and he's right now he's in a quadriplegic state. We got hopes and prayers that he will eventually get to where he can have some motor movement. I don't think he'll ever race again, but we'd just like to see him walk out of someplace one day. But he's it's just a good family. His dad builds carburetors for a living, just him and his wife in the shop, no employees.
And DJ was working for Stuart Haas.
Yes, DJ was Dan and Linda VanderLey raised 2 wonderful kids. They were twins. DJ graduated from Auburn University with a degree in engineering, cum laude, and his daughter Dana graduated West Point and now teaches at West Point. And they did all that building carburetors in the shop, and they're not wealthy people. They make a good living, but they work really hard for what they earn and appreciate it. And it was just it's a heart-wrenching story. DJ found out his wife was pregnant with their first child 3 weeks before the accident. So I mean, it's just a heart-wrenching story, and I'm touched by it because I love the VanderLey family and I love DJ, and so I want people to know about it. I want them to remember him, and if they can send $5 to go to MRO donate.com or /donate.com, we can post that up.
Yep,
yeah.
It's right here. It's if you see right here, and you also see it on Eddie's shirt, go to mro.com/donate. And these stickers, I know they're going to be, I think, on all of the Snowball Derby cars. Is that correct?
Every car at the racetrack, and there's going to be 10,000 of those available for the fans. So we want everybody to pick one up if you want it.
And again, if there's so many different aspects to this, as you see it, his mom and dad and their connections, DJ from his pavement days and late models to his dirt days and micro sprints to the NASCAR community with Stuart Haas. This is something that I hope that everybody can get involved with and help out just a little bit. As you said, that's the number 2, go to mro.com/donate. It's a great looking logo, VDL Strong. And I tell you, Eddie, it's just really heartwarming to see you and Tim and Pat and the folks from Five Flags Speedway get behind this, and I hope that we can help them out in some little way.
Well, I hope so. It's people don't realize, he needs to have his home modified for his mobility. He needs a handicap van. He needs a $30,000 wheelchair. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to be a tax on the family. So if we as racers in the community, we don't like to talk about people getting hurt. We don't like to think about people getting hurt, but it's the reality of what we do. And I feel like that, this community, if they know that the need's out there, that they'll respond.
Well, I hope you're right, and you're going to hear a lot about it here on Racing America through our coverage here at the Snowball Derby. Eddie, thank you for doing that, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us and tell us about it.
Thank you for having me.
All righty.
Right.
That's Eddie
Right.
Mercer, and that, again, is go to mro.com/donate. Help out the VanderLey family and DJ in his upcoming surgeries and getting his house acclimated and wheelchairs and things of that nature. We'll have more when we come back here at Hooters.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America and racingamerica.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials. Tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
There is a good look at the white sand beaches of Pensacola Beach, and back at the outside deck here at the Hooters on Pensacola Beach, Florida, and also Bamboo Willie's next door, Drew Parker playing over there, and all the folks enjoying dinner and getting ready for the 55th Annual Snowball Derby. One driver will be getting ready for the Snowflake, hopefully, is the young Tennessee driver Bryson Shaffer. And Bryson, first off, and I know they're going to hate me for doing this, but we got all sorts of cool stuff back here. Steering wheel from MPI that goes to the winner of the Snowball Derby. Of course, the Tom Dawson Trophy necklace, I think, well, for somebody in a ring. I'm sure a significant other.
Oh, yeah.
All these great things, $30,000 to win, lap leader money. You guys race for a big purse in the Snowflake, and I know you would like to be able to race for this one day.
Yes, sir. That's the end game, to just at least get to the supers. But right now our focus is on the pro, and just to keep that going and hopefully have our best finish down here at the Derby this weekend.
Well, I know that we've seen you a lot, obviously, at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and I know you've come down and raced here in the Snowflake, raced over to Show Me the Money, race at Montgomery at the end of the season. How do you feel like you are right now in the pro? You had a ton of success in Legends cars. It seemed like to me you caught right on to the pro and are continuing to build on that.
Yeah, we're learning a lot. We picked up a new Hamke. We picked up a new Hamke the beginning of or about the middle of this year, and we fired off with that at Nashville, and it was just a rocket ship. So I'm learning every race, but after last Montgomery race, I really felt like I clicked and the car clicked. So I feel like we feel really good about going into this race with good data we have and just being prepared.
What do you learn? What clicks? What is that?
Just honestly, with me, it's just like being one with the car, like just figuring out how you can just make it just any bit more faster. Like just find just the little things that are just, we're figuring out the setups too. So
that's how I feel about my Nissan Rogue.
Heck yeah. You're figuring out the new things in it.
Well, it's a little bit slower than your Pro Late model. We talk about it in our coverage here on Racing America from National Fairgrounds Speedway. I mean, you really and honestly are running in one of the toughest divisions in the country. You guys regularly, I mean, you probably average, 25 cars?
It's at least 25 to 30 every weekend, and it's honestly, everybody says that. It is one of the toughest pro late model fields just because of the car count and just the stacked competition. Like, you've got Dylan and Cole Williams and Hunter, and you've just got everybody that they've just been racing so long. It's honestly really good for me to go race there every weekend as a local because I get to race against guys that come down here to the Derby and, you know, compete really good, and then go to Nashville at the 400 and they do really good. So it's a big thing that I get to race with some really good, talented drivers every weekend, and it just prepares me a little bit better than I say like running some other places.
I know you're buddies with Dylan Fetcho. Can you branch out a little bit more next year like he did this year? I mean, do you feel like that's the next step with the pro?
I don't think that's going to be a next step for us. I think we're just going to grow our program, and we're teammates right now, but I mean, that's the way we plan on keeping it. So we're just going to continue to keep going and try to win some races together.
With the pro?
With the pro for now. We're going to probably leap into a super here in a little bit. Just get your feet wet in it.
Do you think it could be next year?
It could be. It could be.
Well, I tell you what, as I said, you've been very impressive. You really caught my eye the first time I saw you race down here. Good luck this weekend. I got a strong feeling you'll be one of those guys up front.
Thank you.
All right, that's Bryson Shaffer. He'll be trying to race and win the Snowflake 100. That'll be on Saturday here on Racing America. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Bryson Shaffer. We've still got a lot here from the Hooters in Pensacola Beach. You might even see Jess Ballard come and join us. Stick around. You'll find out after this.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America and racingamerica.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Women-owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
Welcome back to Hooters here on Pensacola Beach for tonight's Snowball Derby kickoff party. Lots of folks here, and of course the Tom Dawson Trophy is here with us as well. And the guy's name, I guess it's on this side. It appears twice. Is it on the back?
It's been a while, so yeah, it's probably maybe on that side. I don't know. It's been a while.
The two-time winner of the Snowball Derby, Augie Grill. And Augie, I appreciate you joining us with about maybe a minute's worth of notice.
All right. I'll take it. Anytime I can get on TV, I love it.
Well, Here's one thing about it. Anytime you sit next to me, you're always going to be the best-looking guy on camera.
I don't know.
No.
I beg to differ.
No, I don't think so. Well, listen, nobody wants to hear us talk about our looks. This Derby, when was the first time you came? I'm sure it was with your dad.
Shoot. My mother told me stories of when she was pregnant with me that we came to Snowball Derby. And I was born in 76, so 75. No, there's no way then. I was born before the Snowball of 76, so there's no way that happened. But I've been to a bunch of them. First one I remember was probably 81, which was a long time ago.
I'm looking here, Freddie Fryer.
Yep. Gene Morgan was the first one I remember, so maybe it was the next year. I think Gene Morgan's 82. 82. That's the first one I really distinctly. Yeah, that's been a long time. It was 40 years ago, so I remember that far back.
I know it's crazy, and we go back and we've had a lot of look backs and stuff at some of these classic Snowball Derbies. I mean, this place was. I think it's wild now, but I just looked back before this place had walls and stuff. I mean, it looked really wild.
Oh, it was. I mean, you've probably seen some of the videos of people going over the bank, and I remember George Hagee in probably 84, 85 being stuck up in a tree off the back straightaway.
If you get up there now, you really in bad shape.
If you've gotten over that wall, you've done something really bad. But no, it's always been wild. It's always been a great race. Even back then, I remember very good back then. This was our Daytona 500 for short track racing. So I think that's why it means so much to me. I've never really been to the Cup races, never been in that world or anything, but this place right here is where short track racers want to win, and it's a big deal.
Well, the thing I think about too is when you look back at those old races, and this isn't necessarily a knock on anything going on today, but I mean they had a lot of leeway on what they could do with bodies and things like that. And I mean the cars, I don't think they'll ever look any cooler than they did in the late 70s and early 80s.
I agree with that. Those are my favorite bodies over the years. You said it, late 70s, early 80s, those old Camaros with the noses stuck out 4 feet. But I think we're in a better place now for most racers.
Those they might not have all been legal on this side of it.
For sure. But innovation was big back in those days, and they didn't really have rules to say you couldn't do this or couldn't do that until they'd already done it.
Right.
So somebody come up with something really great. Junior Hanley was very, very good at coming up with the greatest, coolest things.
I mean, back then they could soak tires, right?
I don't think soaking really came around until 84, 85.
But it was legal.
It wasn't legal. It just nobody knew about it. The people that knew about it were the ones that were winning the races. But once people caught wind of that, everybody was doing it. So then it's not really as big of an advantage. But racing's changed a lot over the years. But I think right now we're in a pretty good place. I'd like to see some changes made, but that's not really my place to make the calls, I don't think. But I think we're in a good place. Obviously, the car counts are really good for here this weekend. So I don't know. We'll just keep plugging along and see what goes on.
Well, we've seen that I Love Mac and Cheese car this year for the Roosters, and it's gotten stronger and stronger. And I know I'm going a little bit over here, but you're a car builder. I mean, what would you want to see maybe a little bit different?
I don't know that some of it's not already too far gone with, in my opinion. Some of the things that we're able to spend money on, I don't think we should be able to. Just if they could put a better blanket on some of the things that we're able to spend a lot of money on, I believe we'd be in a better place. There's still going to be, believe me, there's still going to be people that's able to spend whatever they want to spend. So if they can't spend it on that, they're going to spend it on this. And that's fine, but for your old racer that we used to have 20 years ago that just showed up with a car that just sat in their garage that they got out for the weekend, those guys aren't around no more. They don't feel like they can be competitive, and they can't. And honestly, that's why I don't race as much as I used to, because I don't have the time to really put toward what I would like to do with my super late model stuff, and that's why I hadn't raced as much. Thankfully, Bobby and Roger Roos give me the opportunity this year to be able to run more races, and I think it's shown. I've run a lot better, and I think we got a real good piece this weekend, but we practiced a week and a half ago, so who knows for this week. But I think we've learned enough this year with being able to race more, and maybe we'll have a better shot at it.
Well, I know a lot of people would like to see you get that name on here for a third time. I appreciate you joining us tonight.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, that's Augie Grill. We'll have more here from the Snowball Derby Kickoff Party. Maybe even grab a bite to eat. You never know.
Hey there, I'm Richard Childress, and you're watching Racing America.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety and the exclusive importer for Schroth belts and Schubert helmets. When risk is around every corner, let our experts help you select the best harness belts, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. Don't make safety an afterthought. We have 25 years of experience of educating our customers on all aspects of driver safety and providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sport cars. Visit our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us out online at hmsmotorsports.com to learn the details of our products and, of course, order online.
Welcome back to tonight's Snowball Derby Kickoff Party here from Hooters in Pensacola Beach. Alan Dietz here with you with, I don't know, a couple hundred of your favorite friends, and glad that you're watching here on Racing America and our coverage presented by Hooters, which will also be the presenting sponsor of the 55th Annual Snowball Derby. This young man we've watched grow up here on Racing America, and I got a feeling we're going to watch him grow up a little bit more on Racing America. That's Jake Finch, and I said, how old are you? I thought you were going to say, I'm 20. You're just 17.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, you got it made.
Oh, yeah. Just turned 17 only a few months ago.
Yeah. Well, pretty cool. I got here into town today, and I'm down there at the baggage claim, and I see that Phoenix 51 with Finch on it.
Yeah.
I take it that's not the car you guys are racing?
No. My dad and Tim Bryan are pretty close, and so we're not too far from here, only 2 hours down the road. And so just thought it was a good idea to bring the car over here and try to help promote for the Snowball Derby. And everybody knows how big of a race it is, but maybe for those people that don't know, hopefully bring some new fans out there and try to just grow the sport and grow the Snowball Derby.
Now, I know a lot of the guys that have worked with your dad for years have been a part of your program. When we were at Nashville for the All-American 400 at the Stars National meeting, your dad had a lot to say at that meeting.
Yeah, I heard he did.
Yeah, he had a lot to say. But Jeff Purvis was there with him, former winner of the Snowball Derby. Have you had much time to spend around Jeff?
Yeah, I think I know probably all the stories you can know for sure, but
I don't know about that.
Probably not all of them, but I would say the good
maybe
ones.
When you're 21, maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think I've gotten pretty close to the buffer there. So, and I get to talk to Jeff a lot. He kind of stays up towards Tennessee, but he also has a house in Destin. So sometimes me and my dad will drive over there and kind of just hang out with him. And surprisingly, we don't talk much about racing all the time, but luckily enough, I always have that helping hand with him, and we talk quite a bit when it comes to the racing aspect of it. So I've learned a lot off of him and just throughout the stories, and just blessed to be able to have that connection.
Well, he's one of the coolest guys to me because when I was growing up, he was driving dirt late models, Phoenix Construction on, and, you know, he was like a Scott Bloomquist or a Brandon Overton or a Jonathan Devil. I mean, he just won everything. And then he goes from that to the super late models, the all-pro cars, and he wins in that. And then he goes to the ARCA car, and he wins at Daytona, and he wins. And he goes to the Xfinity Series now, and he wins in that. But, I mean, when you see – how many people have talked to you about that paint scheme? Because that's why I'm talking about Jeff Purvis right now.
I think everybody that really sees the car, you know, and we've kind of put our own little iterations on it, and not just for, you know, my own identity or anything like that. It's just the car body's a little bit different nowadays than how it was back then, and so I had to change it up a little bit. But a lot of people, and I love to hear it, you know, and I don't think, you know, I'm in the shadow of somebody or anything like that. I've never really looked at it like that. I'm just honored to be able to run that paint scheme, truly, and I just think it's so cool. And obviously also, you know, when people get, or, you know, older race fans come up and see it, and it brings back memories to their childhood, or brings back the memories of, you know, I've had people tell me that paint scheme was the reason they started liking short track racing or something like that. And, you know, it just makes me proud to be able to run that paint scheme and have the bird on the hood, and just makes me proud of it all.
Where are we heading into 23 now?
You know, hopefully, you know, obviously very focused on the Snowball Derby and this weekend, obviously, but also very focused for next year, running some more ARCA races, primarily. Just still, like you said, I'm still only 17, so I can't run Daytona or Talladega or anything like that. And so I really wish I could, because my dad really wants to get back to Daytona, because that's my dad's favorite place, you know, besides Pensacola.
Good cars there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, besides Pensacola. So we're going to run all of those next year, and then, you know, just hopefully continue getting up to throughout the ranks. You know, obviously the dream is to race on Sundays, and so I just try to listen to my manager, my dad, and just see what we can come up with, and see what we can do.
And it's wild, too, because it comes full circle with Brad Keselowski being here this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, people at school, they're asking me, like, where I'm – because I go to a public school, you know, and play on the baseball team at school, and they'll ask me, like, oh, well, what's the race this weekend? And I'm like, oh, you know, Snowball Derby, really big race, and race against Brad Keselowski. And it's always kind of funny because I was 4 years old when he won my dad's first race. So I thought that's always funny. And they're like, oh, how is he? I was like, well, you know, I don't really know him very well, but, you know, every time I've met him, he's a nice guy. So I'm really excited to race against him.
Well, I appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good luck, bud. Don't forget about us, okay?
Oh, no, I won't. Never.
Okay. Well, we'll have more here from the Hooters at Pensacola Beach as our Snowball Kickoff Party coverage winds down. But it's not winding down here. We'll have more when we come back.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
The 55th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. It's the pavement every driver wants to race. 300 laps. Only one driver can take home the title. Don't miss your chance to watch history. Only on Racing America at racingamerica.com.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Well, it's been a fun night here at the Hooters here on Pensacola Beach for tonight's Snowball Derby kickoff party. And, of course, it wouldn't be a party unless we were joined by Racing America's Jess Ballard. And, Jess, you did it. The new hair.
The blonde is back. I feel like myself now.
Do you really?
I do, and I'm debuting it here at Hooters on Pensacola Beach.
Well, it looks very nice, and
Thank
we're
you.
glad to have you as part of our coverage this year. You're going to help me out tomorrow night on
All
I just
Noted.
told you. I told you what a couple hours ago. The Pepper Jack Kennels Green Flag Party. That'll be 6:45 Eastern Time, 5:45 Central. Be right back here on Racing America, and then we got a bull ring on Thursday at the Hooters Big Tent, and I think we got one on Friday too, right?
All right, that's a lot of bull rings for 1 week, but I'm really excited to kind of be down here and like from a different lens and a different role. Travis isn't racing this year, so I kind of get to. He is working. He's crew chiefing for a flake car, but I'm really excited. Thanks for bringing me down here, guys.
Well, thanks for becoming employed by Racing America. Well, what is it like on this side? I mean, it's really, I guess, what are your expectations for this week from the stuff you'll be doing? Because you're going to be doing a little bit of everything for us, some social stuff.
Yeah, I think that I have always from afar admired
Me.
you, of course, and the rest of the folks at Racing America, because watching at home, there's nothing like being at the track in person, but watching at home, you get to see all the action, and I'm just like, how do they catch everything? How do you know when to have the camera pointing? I mean, you catch all the wrecks.
Oh, Jesus. You're going to make Mel and Mark just, their heads are like.
I know, they're going to be like, did anyone give her like a rundown before she got down here? But seriously, I am just so
interested. Have you been
interested.
drinking yet?
No, not yet.
No, keep
I'm on
up with
clock.
the good comments. Keep going.
No, but seriously, you guys do such a great job, and so I'm happy to ride on your coattails for the weekend and say I was part of it.
And you know what? I'm going to give you another little different perspective, because you can see on some of our videos a pretty blonde young lady applying a name, right? You tell me about that night.
Okay, so from the other side of the fence,
Right.
the other
We're in the
perspective.
tech shed.
We're in the tech shed.
Won't go into too much
Okay,
detail
yeah,
about
we all
that.
know what happened in tech in whatever 2019. And then, so they have little plaques with all the drivers' names printed ahead of time that are entered into the Derby.
This is the kind of insight that you can't find just anywhere.
That's right. And depending on who wins, they, take the little, I think it's just tape off the plaque, and you pop it on there. And that's how, when you see all the Victory Lane pictures, you're like, how did their name get on the trophy? It must be rigged. Nope, it's just tape. And
you got to do it.
I got to put Travis's name on
and
there.
I think, is it on your side now?
Yes, 2019, Travis Braden right there.
How cool is that?
It's very cool. And you know what? On our replica trophy, because we had to order a replica, so Travis's name is on the front, but they also put it on the side, which kind of irritated me because that's not accurate. That's not factually accurate. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, you look at the stuff here.
Oh, and I have one of those too.
Did you get the necklace?
I got the necklace.
And he got the ring.
And Travis got the ring.
Does he ever wear it?
He never does.
And then we've got the Snowflake 100 best appearing car. I don't want to forget about those folks either. You'll be able to vote on that once again.
Love that.
I've got it over here. Yes, Horvath Design. You'll see the cars from Snowflake and from the Snowball Derby, and you'll get to vote on the best appearing car. You'll be getting an award, obviously, this trophy from Five Flag Speedway, a little bit of money from Racing America, and that's a big deal. I mean, I've looked all over, and you see people start posting their cars when they're coming down here.
Yep.
Bubba Pollard's got a new paint scheme, which it's going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
It's a good-looking car.
Everyone goes all out. So not only do you have the pageant, not only do you have the jewelry, yes, Miss Snowball Derby over here. You got all these amazing trophies. You also have best appearing car. I mean, there's just so many fun little special events going on this weekend.
Well,
I just love it.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because I want to make sure and not leave anything out. I also want to let you know, because I'm sure a lot of folks are wondering, where is Tim Bryant? No shock.
I'm wondering too.
been at the racetrack, and his wife, Pat, is here, and some of the folks there from Five Flags. But, of course, Tim, I don't think he'll sleep between now and maybe the green flag of the Derby. He'll actually take a nap.
And if he does get a wink of sleep, I'm sure he'll be at the racetrack.
Well, I want to tell you about that's why he's not been on, though. But I do want to tell you about some of our upcoming coverage here. Tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern Time, Pepperjack Kennels Green Flag Party. That'll be the qualifying draw. Adam Mackey will join us for that. Thursday, we'll have a bull ring at the Hooters Big Tent. That'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, along with racing for the Pro Trucks, the Sportsmen, and the Pure Stocks. On Friday, it's a huge day. Snowball Derby and Snowflake practice starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Snowball Derby qualifying, which Noah Gragson said, and we've said it before, the most nerve-wracking qualifying in racing. That's a guy going cup racing next year.
100%.
Mods of Mayhem, they'll race for 75 laps. Saturday, we'll have Snowball Derby practice at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Snowball Derby Last Chance race and the Alan Turner Snowflake 100, plus the Outlaws. They'll race for 50 laps. And then on Sunday, our coverage will start at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time with our pre-race show. Of course, Dave Moody will join Adam and I on Saturday and Sunday. Driver intros will be at 1:15 Eastern Time. And then the 55th Annual Snowball Derby at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with extensive post-race coverage, too. We listen to you folks. I know you want to know what's going on in the tech shed. We're going to include you as much as we can, and they're cooperating with us here at Five Flags Speedway to make it a part of it. And I know you're going to be on a lot of different things with us, and as I said, you're going to be on social and different things. So we're excited, and I can't wait to talk to you next Tuesday. Or actually next Wednesday on the Snowball Derby wrap-up show, the bull ring.
Get the debrief.
That'll be Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So for all of us here at the Hooters on Pensacola Beach, I'm Alan Dietz. I want to thank all of our staff here with Racing America, all of our guests, the folks from Five Flags Speedway for bringing all of this stuff out. Also, Devin and all the folks with Hooters being just outstanding hosts, and we appreciate their support of Racing America and the Snowball Derby. So for all of us, once again, I'm Alan Dietz. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern Time for the Pepperjack Kennels Green Flag Party.
Hooters and racing go together like killer wings and ice-cold beer. Racing has been at the core of Hooters' DNA from the beginning. Whether it's backing the best drivers or serving up the best food on race day, race fans know Hooters is the real deal. Big screens, great food, good times. Hooters, the official home of race fans.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety and the exclusive importer for Schroth belts and Schubert helmets. When risk is around every corner, let our experts help you select the best harness belts, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. Don't make safety an afterthought. We have 25 years of experience of educating our customers on all aspects of driver safety and providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sport cars. Visit our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us out online at hmsmotorsport.com to learn the details of our products and, of course, order online.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Racing America. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.